All right, good afternoon, everyone. Apologize for the delay here. Thank you for sticking with us. I call this September 9, 2025 zoning meeting of the Bernalillo County Board of Commissioners to order. Wanted to give you one more reminder if you didn't catch the others. If you still need to sign up for public comment, please do so now. Typically, we stop the signups when we gavel in. So if you haven't, please, outside is the signups. Director Ham, are there any additions or changes to the agenda before us today?
Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, the department does not have any proposed changes or additions to today's agenda, and we're ready to proceed at the discretion of the board.
Thank you, Director. I move to approve the August 19, 2025 special zoning meeting minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Barbara Baca. Seeing no discussion, all those in favor signal in the affirmative. Yes.
Aye.
And that passes on a 5-0 vote. And before we proceed with hearing items on the agenda, I'd like to hand the floor over to Commissioner Frank Baca as the items on the agenda primarily affect his district.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As you correctly noted, there are people in attendance here to speak on this issue, and as I think you suggested, that would be appropriate to hear their public comments. But I would like to say that at this time, I would be moving to defer items 4A and 4B for 60 days, returning at the November 17 zoning meeting. And specifically, I really appreciate those that are in attendance here today to speak on behalf of the public, and also the work of staff who have put together, their presentation and the document we've been reviewing. I think this additional time will allow me to confer further with my district, because I have heard from a number of people and would like to further engage with them about the sector plan in particular. And so I'm looking forward to further discussion with residents of the South Valley and District 2, the affected areas, but also looking forward to hearing from their comments here today as they made their way down here this afternoon. Thank you.
I'll second the motion for deferral. Commissioners, any discussion on the request for 60-day deferral? See none. No more debate. All those in favor, please signal in the affirmative. Yes?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? That passes on a 5-0 vote. So that item will be deferred. But as Commissioner Baca suggested, I think that for all the folks that are here, this is an opportune time for the commission as well as the staff to take any input, any thoughts or comments that you might have. Since you're here today, you made the trip down here to be with us and share your thoughts and perspectives. So I believe we have 8 speakers, and so
Excuse me, Mr. Chair.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Point of clarification, can I just clarify that that deferral was for both items 4A and 4B?
Yes, Madam Clerk. I'm seeing Commissioner Baca nod and staff. All right.
And it is okay to do that for both items, Julianne, or do we need to have a vote on each one individually?
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Madam Clerk. I think that we should probably proceed for a vote for each of those items. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So we'll go ahead and, if we may, we'll revise that motion for item A was deferred for 60 days with the initial vote. And then Commissioner Baca, would you like to make another motion for item B?
Yes, I would move again to defer item 4A for 60 days, and at this point in time, plan on returning on November 19th.
I believe you meant 4B, correct?
You're right. We mentioned 4A first? Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, 4B.
So we'll go 4B next. Okay. I'll second that again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any discussion? See none.
Mr. Chair,
yes.
apologies, sorry. Just clarity on the proposed date that we would reconvene this hearing.
Yes, so for clarity of the record, the 60-day deferral will land on the November 18th zoning meeting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, seeing no further discussion, all those in favor of deferral of item 4B, signal in the affirmative. Yes?
Yes.
Any opposed? That passes on a 5-0 vote. Thank you, Madam Clerk, for catching us there. So with that, we'll proceed with so this is not a public hearing because we deferred that item, so there will be an additional public hearing when that is heard on the 18th of November. However, at the will of the board here, and I think that we didn't see anyone objecting, we're gonna go ahead and hear from those 8 speakers that we have. We'll give you 2 minutes each, and Javier, if you will please call the names.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This evening, we have a total of 8 speakers, all in person. If you could please line up at the podium when your name is called. We will start with Jerry Noble, followed by Virginia Garcia, followed by Mark Garcia.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today about the South Core's Sector Development Plan. My name is Jerry Noble. I live at 3011 Blake Road Southwest. I am president of the Blake Road Neighborhood Association and a member of the steering committee for the Sector Development Plan. I am here to speak to 3 items. First, I support the request that the 2 properties at 3433 Blake Road Southwest be removed from the boundaries of the Blake Road Activity Center. Second, I support the sector plan. In my view, the strength of the plan is that it concentrates development on Coors Boulevard rather than throughout the South Valley. Anyone who has traveled Coors is aware of the multiple problems along this dangerous roadway, including diverse, non-compatible, and disconnected land uses, as well as too many access points onto Coors. The goals of the sector plan are truly lofty and long-term. As envisioned, the plan could revitalize and underused properties. It would support more frequent and efficient transit service. It would foster the creation of complete communities where residents can live, work, and access essential services within a short distance. But most importantly, it must respect the character of adjacent neighborhoods. Third, I am against having high-rise apartments development at the Blake Road Activities Center intersection because this would exacerbate the now problematic and long-standing traffic problems at the South Valley Academy. In essence, I want our semi-rural sense of place to be maintained through safe and attractive streets, thriving destination centers, and complete neighborhoods. Thank you.
Virginia Garcia, followed by Mark Garcia, followed by Margie Chavez.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Virginia Garcia, and I submit this brief testimony as part of the Garcia Family Trust, owners of the property at 3433 and 3437 Blake Road. We strongly object to the proposed rezoning of our land from A1 agricultural to the SDSC AZ zone under the South Coors Boulevard Sector Development Plan, SPR 2025003 and SPR 20250004. For 4 generations, our family has farmed this land as part of our Hispanic and Native New Mexico heritage. It is not merely land. It is our culture, our livelihood, and our history. This rezoning is not just a technical land use matter. It represents a step towards gentrification and displacement of our long-standing Hispanic and Native New Mexican family who has lived, farmed, and raised cattle in the South Valley for generations. We ask that this parcel remain A1 zoning. Thank you for considering our deep ties, cultural significance, and the continuing agricultural value of our land. Thank you for your time.
Mark Garcia, followed by Margie Chavez, followed by Tony Barboa.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Mark Garcia. I'm here on behalf of my family who own the land at 3433 and 3437 Blake Road Southwest. Our property has been zoned A1 agricultural for generations. 4 generations of the Garcia family have farmed, raised cattle, and lived according to our Hispanic and New Mexican agricultural heritage on this land. The proposed rezoning to an activity center would have stripped away that heritage by forcing commercial development. I want to thank Mr. Ham and his staff who have communicated to us that our land would be taken off this sector development plan. But I also want it to be known and made clear that it's not just about 1 or 2 parcels of land, but that it's about preserving the South Valley's heritage altogether. The Blake Neighborhood Activities Center and similar rezoning along Coors are not consistent with the surrounding community. They create displacement pressures, accelerate gentrification, and favor outside developers over longstanding families. Once agricultural land is rezoned commercial, it is nearly impossible to reverse, and our culture and way of life could be lost forever. We ask that the commissioners do 3 things. Number 1, affirm that our land at 3433 and 3437 Blake remain A1 agriculture and are zoned not as part of this development plan. Number 2, reject the Blake Activity Center altogether as it is incompatible with the surrounding community. Ensure transparency so that all communications with developers are disclosed to the public. This is about more than 1 parcel. It's about the future of the South Valley and the preservation of our culture and community. Thank you very much.
Margie Chavez, followed by Tony Barboa, followed by Adolfo Vallejo.
Hi, my name is Margie Chavez. I live at 3419 Blake Road Southwest. I'm here against, well, you heard these wonderful speakers ahead of me. I think they all spoke what we all feeling. We're feeling that this big project coming in is going to affect us very much. Traffic, our schools, our property. And then it was just taken all of a sudden. We did not know all of this stuff was going on until a few days ago. I think they never gave us no information, didn't communicate with us. As I understand, they didn't communicate with the county. So please take a heart and listen to what we speaking against. You gave us 60 days more, we can bring a lot more people in because this was such a short notice. We couldn't get organized to come and speak. But we will be here and we'll probably have this place full of people that are not want their properties changed, do not want to live next to apartments. So please take a heart and listen to us. Thank you.
Tony Barboa, followed by Adolfo Vallejos, followed by Aaron Hill.
Put it on
Tony Balboa. I live on 3419 Blake Road Southwest. I'm against the project, and I wish you would take off 3433 Blake Road off the list. They've been there for years, generations, farmers. So I requested you take it off. And for the development, there's enough traffic we have in the school. You have to see Coors from Coors to Rio Bravo in the evening, afternoon. It's bumper to bumper. So if you put apartments there, it's going to get worse. Somebody's going to get killed when it's not that traffic. So I request that you take up the whole project and don't pass it. I appreciate it if you don't pass this project. Thank you.
Adolfo Vallejos, followed by Aaron Hill, followed by Marcia Fernandez.
Hello, my name is Adolfo Vallejos, and I'm going to read the letter that we have. And it's, I'm going to start in the middle. I live at, well, this is the property on 1735 Coors Road Southwest and 1751. It goes 6 acres in the back and a third of an acre in the front. And I'll read the letter now. We understand that we appreciate your opportunity for this testimony. Respectfully submit the following comments for the record. We understand that under the current proposal, our larger parcel at 1735 Coors Road is eligible for SCAC zoning designation, while our smaller parcel on 1735 is eligible for SCC zoning. While we were interested in the support of the proposal zoning changes, we would like to formally request the smaller parcel at 735 Coors Road Southwest also be considered under the SCAC zoning designation. We believe that the designation will be better aligned with our long-term vision for the property, as well as our provide consistency between the two parcels. Additionally, please note that we are in the process of selling a mobile home that's in the front on that small parcel. And we want to thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Aaron Hill, followed by Marcia Fernandez.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, Chair Olivas. I'm Aaron Hill, a transportation planner from the Mid-Region Metropolitan Planning Organization, a division of the Mid-Region Council of Governments. I'm here on the behalf of the MRMPO today to voice our full support for the adoption of the proposed South Coors Boulevard Sector Development Plan. This sector development plan takes on the vital task of placemaking in the South Valley, integrating transit, employment centers, and neighborhood retail uses alongside a variety of housing types, which will reduce the amount and length of car trips for corridor residents, alleviating traffic congestion, reducing wear and tear on our streets, and making the Coors corridor safer for all road users. Beyond this, the plan responds to the challenges recognized by the Albuquerque Region Housing Needs Assessment by allowing and encouraging the creation of townhouses, apartments, and mixed-use housing options that will help fill in the gap of so-called missing middle. In the 2045 Metropolitan Transportation Plan, the long-range transportation plan for the region that policy leaders such as yourselves had a hand in crafting, Coors Boulevard is designated as part of a priority transit network, as well as a regional principal arterial. Both of these designations endorse the form of development that the South Coors SDP encourages through its policies, regulations, and zonings. For these reasons, the MRMPO would encourage you to vote in favor of this plan's adoption. With the 60-day deferral, you can expect us to be sending in a formal letter of support with our listed policy reasons soon. Thank you for your time, and we encourage you to vote in support of this amendment.
Marcia Fernandez, followed by Armando Hernandez.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. My name is Marcia Fernandez. I live at 2401 Violet Southwest. I'm outside of the 500-foot designation to have, I didn't receive notice of this meeting, but I do follow you all online. I follow your planning department religiously because I think they do a fabulous job. The only reason I wanted to speak was I really appreciate the deferral of this matter. I think maybe not everybody who needs to be at the table has been notified. Keep my neighborhood as informed as I can, but that's a hard job. And I think that maybe just the time, this extra 60 days will give us more time to get more people involved. Obviously, I'm not opposed to the corridor plan. I had some concerns about the process, however, and that's something that also could be addressed during the 60-day period. More voices, more people, more inclusiveness with the people of my neighborhood and all the neighborhoods in the South Valley. And my comments are already in the plan. I'm a busybody. I get into everything, and I already registered my discontent with high-rise apartment buildings. But I was assured by your planning staff that there was no plan to build 6 stories of apartments. I think even 3 stories might be a reach. I understand that this corridor plan is separate from the redevelopment or any redevelopment plans for the Coors Road itself. I think Coors is like the most dangerous place you can drive around, as far as I'm concerned. It's a dangerous place. I never cross Coors. It's just, I'd rather get in my car and drive 10 miles to cross Coors because it's just not safe. And I live right next to it, by the way. I just think that maybe we're getting the cart in front of the horse. We need to see the plans for how do we fix the roadway to make it safe enough to develop higher density living and commercial properties. So, thank you.
Armando Hernandez.
I want to thank everybody for the time. I currently purchased 1482 Old Course property about 3 months ago. This property was vandalized and used by homeless. It's currently an A1. I want to express my support for this zone change. Both of them would like to, how you say it, kind of bring this up and then make the neighborhood look better. I'm currently an owner, so I like to, establish my business there. And this change will allow us to do it. I know the neighbors on that, if you're not familiar with that area, the neighbors have been, hating this property for a while, and they want to see that too. So we'll use this time, 60 days, to bring more people as well and express the support for this. Again, I didn't come prepared, but I want to thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
All right, I want to thank all of the public commenters that came out tonight, or this afternoon. Is there anyone that we missed? All right, not seeing anybody. So with that, again, just to reiterate, as many have said, we will hear this item again on November 18th. And that's when we anticipate that we will have the full presentation as well as additional opportunity for public comment, public hearing. So, please mark that date if you're interested in this. And I would encourage anyone that has concerns or questions to reach out to our planning department, Director Ham and his staff. Very responsive, and they understand this plan probably better than anyone in the room. So I would just encourage you to reach out to them if you have any interest in learning more or having your comments further incorporated into the plan to the maximum extent possible. So with that, again, our next zoning meeting will be held on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025 at 3 p.m. That is not the meeting where this item will be heard again. I just want to be very clear about that. And Director Ham, you had something to say.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to add for folks in the audience and those that may be listening online, a really easy way to get in touch with us is to send an email to planning@burnco.gov. That's a group email. It goes to a number of folks in the department. We'll make sure to respond and help folks any way we can. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director. Very good. If there's no other business, this meeting is adjourned.